Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I am Dexter McLeod, the president of the Los Angeles South Chamber of Commerce. And yes, there is a Chamber of Commerce that covers South Los Angeles, South Bay Area, and a lot more other communities. So I just want to welcome everybody tonight. Tonight we are facilitating and hosting our social media marketing strategies with our marketing team and some of our marketing experts. So you all just buckle up your seatbelt and take your notes, get your pens and paper ready, and enjoy, take notes, and ask a lot of questions when that time of the meeting come around where you can ask questions about it. But we pray that you all learn something and it is fruitful and productive for you. So have a great meeting, and we'll see you all soon. And let me introduce, I think Cynthia, you're going first. Am I introducing Cynthia? So let me introduce Cynthia Brooks. Cynthia Brooks is again one of our marketing team members, and she's also going to introduce her business and what she does. And then she's going to be bringing in our other panel, our other speakers, which is Arnetta Mack and Anna Queen Tutt. So y'all have a wonderful meeting this evening. Thank you.
Okay, Dexter, thank you very much. And thank you everybody for joining this evening. I know weeknights are very busy, so we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us and help us or allow us to help you with your social media strategy. My name is Cynthia Brooks-Nickerson. As Dexter mentioned, I am on the marketing team. I'm also a business owner, a fairly new business owner, maybe about 2 years or so in. It is Cynthia Brooks Media, which produces Urban Wellness Now, which is what you see behind me, which is a digital health platform that I am attempting to grow, or I am growing. So this particular workshop, full transparency, I know a lot about social media. I have not been good in executing all that I know. So now that I am on my own, doing my own business, and I don't have a team on the next floor or that I can just pick up the phone and call, it's all on me. So I am going to be putting into practice everything that I am teaching you. So just so you know that. All right, my team mates today are Arnetta Mack and Anna Queen Tutt. And so I'd like for you all to both introduce yourselves, starting with Anna.
Here I am. I'm sorry, I'm on the back end working. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Tutt, like King Tut, but Queen Tut. I am the CEO of Queen Tut Enterprises, where we help build generational wealth. Through real estate, we help with your tax, give you tax strategies, and helping you with your social media, your technology. So this is the era of technology, and Pauline was talking about it earlier. We got to learn it, we got to get it, and that's what we're about, helping you elevate and go to the next level and not being afraid of technology. So that's what we have here. That's what we offer at Queen Tut Enterprises and a public speaker. I am going to bring up my teammate, Miss Arnetta Mack, and here she comes to tell you about who she
Yes. All right. Thank you, Cynthia and Anna, and welcome everyone. Glad to be here. I'm Arnetta Mack. I am the owner of Mack Enterprises Unlimited. I've been in business for nearly 30 years. Started out providing graphic design and printing, which I still do. That's been the core of my business, working with a lot of nonprofit organizations, ministries, political campaigns, social initiatives, and just elevating the messages of these entities through visual design. And I've since added to my business communications consulting and event management, which is just a perfect fit because in doing the work of graphic design and printing, organizations needed consulting strategies, and they also needed assistance with event management. A lot of the collateral I designed was for events. So it was just a nice fit to be able to be a one-stop shop in that area. I'm also on the board of the LA South Chamber of Commerce, and I serve as a LA County Small Business Commissioner. So I'm always looking to uplift small businesses everywhere and just be a champion for entrepreneurs and the micro entrepreneurs. So I look forward to speaking with you a little bit later about social media graphics, some do's and don'ts and tips. Thank you.
All right. Thank you both, Anna and Arnetta. And the words are important, but so the visuals are probably as important, if not sometimes more important. So we look forward to those presentations. So I'm going to give you just a very brief overview, some basic principles about social media and that specifically apply to entrepreneurs. And I am making the assumption that everybody here has at least one social media account. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. At least one social media account. I would hope that you do. If not, you can talk with us and we can help you at least get set up. So, okay, so let me go ahead and start this slideshow here. Okay, can everybody see the slide? Good. Okay, all right, just wanted to make sure. Okay, so this is smart social media for entrepreneurs, busy entrepreneurs. Like I said, we are wearing so many hats. So it's important that we learn the basics and then kind of go beyond so we can take our businesses to new heights. Okay, so social media, briefly, what does it help us do as entrepreneurs? Obviously, get seen. Helps us connect, not only with potential customers, but each other and resources and people that are in our circle, people that can help us grow, people that can not only help us, add to our bottom line, but can also help us grow in other ways. And then once you're seen and start connecting, you will get contacted by a variety of other entities that can help your business in many different ways. So seen, get connected, and grow. And this is important. You don't have to be on every platform. You just need to show up where you are with purpose. I know that we can all get a little intimidated because there's so many platforms now, and especially younger people seem like they're on all of them, but you don't have to do that, at least not to start. Just find your home and work that. Okay, best practices. So best practice number one, you want to start with your story. Everybody wants to know who you are behind your business. Yes, they're interested in what you have to offer when they first come across your business, but they also want to know a little bit about you. Why are you doing what you do? Because people connect with people more than businesses. So you want to throw a little of these nuggets into your posts. Why did you start your business? Is everybody on mute? I would appreciate it if everybody is on mute. That would be helpful. Thank you. Why did you start your business? What problem do you solve? And what makes you unique? So I started Cynthia Brooks Media, which is the production company that does urban wellness now. Using my 25 plus years in journalism and health communication to create a business to amplify stories that help our community. Also, what I started throwing in there is I've been laid off from really good jobs twice in the last 3.5 or so years. Kind of jarring, but with our political turmoil, that's just what happens. So I decided to go out on my own using all of my experience and contacts. So I throw that in there on some of my posts. This is an example of a recent post where I interviewed Dr. Randall Henry about a new book that he wrote. And so, and Anna is going to get into more of this about hashtags and exact wording. But the point is, you want people to kind of get to know you a little bit. That's the whole purpose of social media. We're being social. You want to create with clarity. So every post should do one of these three things, if not all of them. Either educate, inspire. You want to share some lessons you've learned along the way, quotes, your own progress. And again, educate, you want to teach people something, or invite. Okay, now that you telling me this information, what do you want me to do now? What do you want me to do with this information? So in this particular post where I am publicizing some things that I posted on my Urban Wellness Now Facebook page, what are you eating today? Check out this video before you have your lunch or whatever it says. And it's a video. And this is a screenshot, but I'll give you the link at the end so you can go back and see some of the things that I posted. And that's both educating people and inviting them to check out this video and then, take it from there. And again, talk to one person. You, what are you doing? How can I help you? How's your day going? Because you want that person to feel like they're talking directly to you, just you. Even though obviously you're talking to hundreds or thousands of people, but everybody wants to feel special. And so you want to word your posts where you're just talking to that one person. What is your health like? What kind of, what do you need help with? So use you statements. Number 3, best practices. You don't need to post every single day. Although if you do, that's great. But don't get stressed out if you can't. And I don't. And sometimes I do get stressed, but I have to remind myself, you just need a plan that works for you. So to make it really run smoothly so you're not tearing your hair out, pick one day, maybe one day a week, one day every 2 weeks, maybe one day a month, whatever works for you to create your content. That way you can batch things. And Anna's going to get more into this as well. So that way you're not worried about, every day, what am I going to post tomorrow? What am I going to post the next day? Some people choose Sunday evenings to make their post for the week. Some people can start out the beginning of the month and trying to plan out what they're going to post every month. And maybe they just tweak if things change. There are a lot of different tools and platforms that can help you. Many of them cost money, but the Meta suite, Meta, is the home of Facebook and Instagram. They have a suite and they have tutorials that can help you. And so it's part of, what you get when you're on those platforms, Facebook and Instagram. So you want to use that to schedule. And this particular screenshot over here is the Meta Business tutorial that you can go into if you have a Facebook or Instagram page. And the link at the bottom in yellow, that is the link where you can go to plan your post out and you can learn. Good ideas are to recycle and repurpose. So for instance, say you did a podcast like me. So I take some nuggets from that podcast and I write a quick blog. I just recycle what was said in like one paragraph and make a blog post out of that and then post that. Then I can use the video and or pictures or images and make a reel out of that. And then I can use all of that and send out an email saying, hey, if you missed a podcast, here's a synopsis, or here's one little nugget. Click here to read or view the whole thing. So you got one idea and 4 pieces of content. And so I could conceivably post the link to the podcast on Monday, the blog on Tuesday, the reel on Wednesday, the email on Thursday, or whatever combination works for you. So that way you're using time wisely and you're working smarter and not harder. Also, what's good, some people do themes like Testimonial Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, and however that applies to your particular niche and your business. Create themes, and that'll help you with content as well. The blog on Tuesday. Okay, so finally, and I'm going to turn it over to my teammates. You have the experience. You know all you know about your business. So it is there inside of you. You have your story. Social media is your microphone to get your information out to the world. You just have to know how to package it and use it to the best of your ability. And you can start small, start tiny. The point is just to get out there. And this is so you can see what I'm doing and how I incorporate some of these things that I've just talked about at Urban Wellness Now. That is my handle on both Facebook and Instagram. And so you can watch me over the next weeks practice these principles and grow my brand. So at the end, we are going to provide you with about maybe 125 content ideas that are kind of generic. So you just have to tweak them to your niche and your particular business. But they're really good ideas that you can take inspiration from those, and you have tons of content for the rest of the year. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'll turn it over now to Anna, who's going to get really into the details about some of the things that I just discussed.
All right, let's give Cynthia a hand, everyone. Wasn't that some great information? So I got 7 minutes and I got to dive in here because it's going to take me longer than 7 minutes. But put in the chat one nugget that you received from Cynthia, and I also want you to put your business, because I am going to be going back and forth and picking on you, okay? All right, put your level of social media as well. So because I have 7 minutes, I also want to, please keep your, okay, I'm muting y'all. Okay, there we go. I'm muting and presenting, but please keep your mics on mute. What is very important that you need to understand, a lot of people are afraid of social media, or they say, I don't have time. So I like to tell people, if you don't have time, that means that you do not have time to make money. You don't have time to receive money, because let me tell you, free 99 social media is where you get to advertise for free 99. And how many people is on social media? Someone put it in the chat. So that's less than going, that's more than going to a mixer, right? So you need to be on social media. So stop being afraid. You are the star of your business. So don't forget it, all right? You are the star of your business, all right? Everybody say, I am the star of my business. I hope I didn't, okay, yeah. Grow your business on social media. I think Cynthia has highlighted a lot of things. So some things are in my slides, but I'm gonna go really fast so I can get to the meat and potatoes, because I really want you to be able to put this into action. So you want to stand out on social media. Do not do like everybody else. If you have a business of selling clothes, I want you to stand out. You know, always stand out. Post on your social media at least 3 times a week. Cynthia told you, you don't have to post every day, but you do need to post. Use hashtags. Whatever your brand is, you should have that hashtag. My brand is Anna Queen Tutt. So anything that I post is going to have hashtag Anna Queen Tutt, hashtag Anna Queen Tutt Speaks, hashtag real estate, hashtag social media, whatever I am doing, it has it related to that. Whatever your business is, I want you to put in the chat, like Lottie Cornbread. She need, every post should have hashtag cornbread, hashtag Lottie's Cornbread. And I'm gonna show you why. Post the text. So these are some of the things that you can do on your social media. Okay. I don't think I need to get in all of that. You guys see that, right? Y'all can read that. So I'm gonna keep going. Uh-oh. Okay, I skipped a slide. Hold on, I'm going too fast. Grow your business on social media. Cynthia talked about this. Be authentic. Don't be fake. Do not be fake. Don't try to make yourself look better than, look, if you didn't have no makeup that day and you post, that's okay. Do not go in there and Photoshop, because people go see you for who you look like. But I want to say, being authentic, it lets people know who you are. The customers have to like you. They have to trust you. They got to see who you are. If you some crazy person, they going to see that. But if you're a nice, kind, and you are passionate about what you're doing, you want to show that on your social media. Post your passion, tips. Cynthia talked about that. Spotlight business owners. That's another way to grow your social media. You know, do an interview with another business owner or spotlight their business. Share community events. Share topics related to your business. Show your client's journey. Okay. Grow your business on social media. You want to plan it out. Cynthia told you. You figure out what day out that you're going to plan out your social media. So if it's going to be Saturday or Friday or Sunday that you're going to plan for the week, plan it out. And you can repurpose any post. Like Cynthia said, if I did a podcast, let me take some snippets and I can be able to post that, turn it into a reel, turn it into a story. Social is a part of your prospecting. So understand, you're trying to get business, right? So you're out there, you want to post on your social media. Share your social media with everyone you meet. So we kind of talked about this in the beginning. Everybody on here needs to follow everyone. If we follow each other, we have how many people? I can't see my screen, but however many people we have on here, if we follow
35, Anna, 35.
35. So that means that's 35 new followers on your social media, but that's 35 new friends that you just gained, right? They may know someone, you may know someone to share the business. And this is why everywhere you go, give out your handle and follow the person back. Build your content. That's important. Show your personal side. I'm going to say that again. Most people want to just say come buy with me, come get this cornbread because it's the best cornbread. But they also need to see Lottie is a very sweet person. She's on the faith team. She believes in God. She's in her community. She needs to have posts that mix. You want to have a mixture, your personal side and your business side. So understand, don't be business heavy, be personal heavy, because that way people identify with you. Don't overthink it, just do it. So today, after I'm done, I'm gonna have you do some things, but don't overthink it, just do it. It's very, very simple. Okay. Now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. I'm gonna come back to this slide, but if you scan my QR code, you're gonna be able to schedule a one-on-one and some things with me. But I want to go into social media. Hold on one second, and I'm gonna show you why you want to use your hashtags, okay? Right now. So let me share my screen again.Hold on, let me escape this 1 second, y'all. I gotta pivot. What's my time frame, ladies? Because you know this is a session that takes longer. So bear with me 1 second.
You got about 3 minutes, Anna.
3 minutes, I can do it. I'm gonna do it in 3 minutes, the best I can. Okay, everybody. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give all of you a bonus webinar. How about that? Because you're gonna need it when I'm done with you. Everybody ready? And I'm gonna go fast, like I'm on real fast. Okay, so this is why I want you to use hashtags. So when I Google my name, I can just Google my name and see what happens, right? This is what you want to happen when someone Googles your name. You want to come up, okay? This is why it's important. Now you see I'm on all, you see how many, how long? But this is not me. Why she in here? Did I post her or something? But my name is here, right? But you also see what else? People can see your images as well, okay? And they can keep going to see you. So this is why you want to have hashtags. You also want to post when you're at a location, because it can also come up. This right here, I did the car fair housing, so this picked me up. Here's some more pictures. Here goes some of y'all right here. Y'all see yourselves over here, LA South Chamber right there. Boom. Okay, do everybody see this? So you see why I want you to start branding yourself, okay? Everybody follow me? Say yes and yes. All right, I see some heads nod, right? Some of you might say, what do you mean hashtags, Anna? Jordan is writing a book. You should have everything in your anything that you post should say hashtag author, right? Because you're author, right? You want to brand yourself, and then your company. You also want to have that there as well. So I'm going to show you for today's, and I have to go really fast. So in my hashtags, you see this LA South Chamber, social media marketing, grow your business on social media, because that's what we're doing. But you guys see right here, what do you see? Anna Queen Tutt, Anna Queen Tutt, Anna Queen Tutt, Anna Queen Tutt speaks, right? If I was talking about real estate, I would hashtag real estate. If I was talking about technology or whatever, if I'm speaking somewhere, I would have that in there. And so the other good thing is, if I would have tagged, because Dexter do this all the time, he tags us in a post. That is very important, because if you tag someone in the post, then it's going to show up on their page, but their friends are going to see the post that you post on their page. For example, Dexter did this right here, and he tagged us. So Dexter came up on my page. This is what you want, because you want my friends, your Ardina's friends, Shamika's friends. You want them to see what you're doing, and they can see your post. They're like, oh, she got an event coming up. Let me get on there and get on that webinar. Okay. Let me show you another secret. How much time, ladies? Keep me going. So you see how I just click hashtag social media? So anything that someone's posting social media is going to come up. All right. So here's some of my content you guys get to see. This is a video I did, but you see I had social media in there, right? I was teaching social media. See right here? And so I just did the hashtag social media marketing, and you see some of my posts. I created this video, and let me tell you how simple it is. These are pictures, everybody. pictures that I turned into a video. Everybody follow me? So you don't always have to click video. You can turn your pictures into a video, and we can have another class for that. All right. And I added a video as well. Everybody see this that says highlights and followers? This also gets your post seen to everyone that's your friend and your followers. So you definitely want to always put at the at sign. This is the at sign, and then highlight at sign followers. Okay. Everybody follow me? Yes and yes and yes. Okay. Now this is somebody else who tagged. We don't want to look at that. That ain't good. This person have hashtag social media marketing. There I go again, something else that I did. So you see, the good thing is you can come up on a page several times and people can see what you're doing. So this is why you want to have your hashtags. Do everybody follow me? Let me see thumbs up. Thumbs up if you following me. I see some thumbs up. Thank you very much. How much time do I have, everybody?
1 minute, 1 minute.
I got 1 minute, 1 minute, and 1 minute. Oh, let me show you something else. Y'all gonna have to book a whole nother session. See, Dexter is going live, right? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put this on my page. Anytime that you are presenting, anytime that you're doing something, also share the live. Why do you want to share the live? Is that people will also see what you're doing. And that's very, very important as well on your social media. I gotta go. They only told me I got a minute, but hopefully what I went through real fast help you. I'm gonna get my link in the chat in a minute, and you guys can follow me. I mean, you can complete. I have a form that says social media info sheet. Complete that sheet. Let me know if you want to do a one-on-one. I will do a group webinar with everyone going more in depth, because this is just a fast speaking time, but I normally will go in more in depth to show you some things. Okay. Is that okay with everybody? Say yes and yes and yes, or maybe. I'm trying to show you something else before they kick me off.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anna.
And the other thing is you can repurpose posts that you've done years ago. So this was 7 years ago. I repurposed this. Just 7 years ago, I had a fabulous time celebrating my birthday with these lovely ladies at Malibu Winery. Look here. I don't care where you at. You also hashtag the business. So if anybody pull up Malibu Winery, my posts will come up. And you put winery. I was talking about winery. We're talking about friends. But what do you see right here? My brand, your brand. Ardina, Designs by Ardina. Everything that she posts should be Designs by Ardina. I'm gonna pick on you, Lynn. Are you here, Lynn? Because you just was right there, so I'm gonna pick on her. This is Darlene. Oh, look here, I'm gonna pick on Darlene and Lynn. So Darlene put this post, but let me check. What do you guys see that she should do in this post? Someone tell me. Unmute yourself. I got 30 seconds.
Hashtags.
Hashtags. Thank you. If you don't want to write anything, make sure you put your hashtags in here, okay? Because that's your branding. So hashtag Jaffa, because this is what she sells, right?
Hashtag makeup.
Hashtag makeup. Yes. And so her posts come up on any makeup, any Jaffa products, anything dealing with beauty. Hashtag beauty. So those are just some examples of some hashtags. Lynn does a T and Me ministry. She say pray content. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. She should have had in here hashtag Compton. She should have had location. She should have tagged the location of Compton. Hashtag pray. I gotta go. I know y'all about to yank me off. So I'm sorry.
I'm about to wait a minute. I'm about to hit you with a bunch of questions, but I'll let you.
Yeah,
We could do one-on-ones. I'm gonna put my information in the chat. You just click the link and you go to my link tree, and you can be able to fill out the questionnaire. And then what I'll do is I'll schedule another webinar so we can go in depth. And then if you want to do a one-on-one, you want to do coaching or whatever, because I had to go too fast for you guys to get it. Okay, is that okay?
Yes.
All right, I gotta
Thank
stay in
you.
my time frame so I can bring up Arnetta. All right,
Okay.
everybody, is that okay with
Thank
with you?
you.
But what is the hashtag you gonna use about your branding? That's what I want to hear first.
Well, I'll
And
tell
nothing else.
you, it's another Mac design. So let's roll into another Mac design. You
All
put
right.
that in, and you're going to find lots and lots of my work. So thank you so much, Anna. That was really a great presentation. That was really good, though. And I really loved your graphics, too, in your PowerPoint. So I am going to share my screen and get into tips for great graphics. Can everybody see the screen? Yes? All right. Okay. So I already introduced myself, but just really briefly for those who joined late, I'm Arnetta Mack. I own Mack Enterprises Unlimited. You'll see my websites and social media where you can find out more about me. I've been in business over 30 years. This is just a sampling of the types of design items that I create. So it's digital, it's print, it's whatever needed. Again, here's some samples. There's my hashtag at the top, another Mac design, just things that I've created for clients over the years for different settings, different events, occasions, purposes, etc. Logo designs, apparel, etc. It's all there. So what are graphics? Graphics are visual representations of information or ideas, often created or displayed on a screen or printed medium. So for the purposes of this workshop, we're going to talk about graphics that are specifically designed for social media, which are screen graphics, okay? And we are moving from, most of us always, we've dealt with flyers, either created flyers, seen flyers, handled them. And there's a difference between how we've traditionally created flyers, for instance, versus how you would approach that same flyer for social media. Traditional flyers were designed to be held in your hand, read from top to bottom. You can just, you can go back to it, refer to it, make sure the goal was to get all the information in,
It's when you
so
wrap
no one
chicken
has
and cheese
questions.
and rice inside.
Uh-oh, somebody's ordering dinner. Let's mute.
I got them. Keep going.
Thank you. All right, so that was the traditional flyer, right? Let me put this on full screen. So that was the traditional flyer. Get all the information in, make sure no one has any questions about anything so that, all the information is there. Whereas with social media graphics, the goal is what's the minimum amount of information you can put out there so that if somebody is scrolling for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, they'll see the information and they'll want to stop the scroll. So that's the goal of social media graphics. You want folks to stop the scroll and get their attention and give them just enough so that they can respond. Cynthia talked about, well, what's next? What do you want me to do next? You need that call to action, simple info, punchy, because folks are moving fast on social media. Okay, you can't have a lot of cluttered information. So tips and do's and don'ts for creating graphics. So start with the right size. So Anna took us on Facebook. I think we saw some Instagram posts. Each platform has sizes that work best. So these dimensions, if you're not into graphic design, you may not really, understand, well, how do I come up with these dimensions? They say I need a 1080 by 1080 for Instagram or 1200 by 630 for Facebook. That's a reference to pixels. And pixels also can translate into inches. And it really, and I'll show you kind of the layout sizes. You're just creating squares work best. That 1080 by 1080, that's a square. Okay, Instagram, that's a different dimension. A square works on Instagram as well. And you want to design in high resolution, meaning you don't want to use blurry images. You don't want to use pixelated images. I'll show you examples of those. Don't use one size for all platforms. It can crop important info. Some of you may have come across an image or flyer on Instagram and the top is cut off, the bottom's cut off, important info is gone. It's because they didn't use the correct dimensions that Instagram, really likes. Facebook, I can honestly say, is really friendly when it comes to sizes for whatever you post. They'll take a square, a rectangle, a vertical, a landscape. It'll capture it all. But other platforms, you have to find out which ones work best for that platform and use that. Okay. So it doesn't mean that one flyer that you create or one post is going to work well across all platforms. Okay. So avoid uploading low resolution or pixelated images. And I'll show you what those look like. And there are templates. There's a lot of do-it-yourself software platform apps out there now. This is not going to be a tutorial on any particular app or software because everybody has a preference. Adobe Express is an app on your phone that creates images and flyer type posts very well. Canva, a lot of you are probably playing around with Canva, getting some good results there. I personally like Photoshop. I'm old school, so I go straight to Adobe Photoshop. But there are templates in those software, in those apps, and also templates right in social media that you can use to start your post, okay? So this is what I was referring to about the sizes that work best, right? So you try to squeeze a flyer, and you haven't adjusted your Instagram settings because it's going to start off, if you say you just want to post, just a post versus a reel, a post is going to bring up a square shape, just like that first one. But if your flyer is a vertical, kind of something long and narrow, the top and bottom is going to cut off. So you either need to adjust your flyer or you need to, so Instagram does have an adjustment tool where you can turn it into a 4x5, which is portrait, what you see on the end. But if you don't click that adjustment button, then your image is going to be cut off because it's not going to in the preset. So just be mindful of that. Okay, see the difference in images. Okay, I've run across lots of flyers, posts where it's not high resolution. If you can see the dots, see that purple flower, and you see the dot. They call those the dots, the DPI, dots per inch. You can see the dot. Don't even use that image. It makes you look bad. If you're a business and you're promoting a product, you're promoting an event, you're promoting something, and you grab something off the internet, which a lot of us do. We grab images off the internet, or maybe we've taken a bad photo, like the one at the bottom there. Don't even use it. Okay, make sure your images are high resolution before you attach them to a post or a flyer to represent your business. Okay, so resolution matters. And some of you may have submitted photos, maybe for a flyer, and they say, hey, I need a higher resolution. This one's not good. That's what that means. The resolution needs to be tightened. Okay, so fonts matter. I hope everyone understands the different use of fonts, right? Fonts are, we know Times New Roman, Arial, Davis. There's all different kinds of fonts. And if you haven't really done a lot of graphic design and you've only maybe been in Microsoft Word, you know Times New Roman, Arial. But once you get into designing, say, a flyer to post, or just a more, sophisticated image, you'll have a lot of font choices. And if you're in Canva, I know you've seen different fonts. So keep those to a minimum. Don't use lots of different fonts. And understand that some fonts are easier to read than others, okay? Headlines, big and bold, and then your body fonts should just be clean, legible, okay? So don't use overly decorative fonts that are hard to read. Script font should never be in all caps. You should never print a lot of text in all script font. I know you can use a script font kind of as a headline here and there, but never never put a whole paragraph in a script font. Okay. Don't run your text all the way to the edge. Give it some breathing room. And take a look at this slide right here. Just look at this slide. The next slide is the same exact slide, but I just added different fonts all over it just to show you how hard to read some fonts are. You see that? This is the same slide. This is the same words, but I just changed the font up just to show you that some fonts are just hard to read and stay away from them. Okay, and it really makes it's an amateur look when you don't use fonts properly, right? It doesn't, it doesn't come across as very professional. So just to be on the safe side, just stick with the simple, clean fonts if you get into creating. Okay, so fonts do matter. All right, keep it clean, not cluttered. Okay, remember that first slide I showed you of the traditional flyer versus a social media image? We are still, kind of tied to putting everything we can on the flyer, making sure we get all the information down. We want folks to have all the who, what, where, when, why, how much. We want all of that. We're used to that. But when it comes to social media, we want to make it as uncluttered as possible. So you want to focus on one main message. You want to use some white space, meaning that you don't have to fill up your whole page with information. Okay, you can, use some white space to create some as a visual flow, and it's easier on the eye when you're not trying to sort through so much information. So do use one main message. Do use white space. Don't overload the graphic with too much text or too many images or a busy background. Okay, and avoid using every color in the crayon box. You don't have to use every single color. So ask yourself, if someone scrolls by this in 2 seconds, what will they remember? Right? Because that's what you're competing with. You're competing with other images. Everybody is just bombarded with all kinds of images, videos, audio messages, images. It's just, it's nonstop, 24 nonstop on social media. So if somebody scrolls by your post, what are they going to notice in 2 seconds? Okay. So let's take a look at this sample flyer, right? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Before we get to the sample flyer, headlines that hook. So create bold, catchy headlines, right? What's happening? So free class today, 3 tips you can use now. So you want to lead with urgency, curiosity, or clear value. You want to tell folks immediately, what your post is about, what your flyer, your event, what your business is about. Okay. So don't bury the lead. Keep the key message front and center. Folks should be able to see immediately what you're trying to convey. So avoid vague and generic phrases like "check this out," as a headline. That should not be a headline on a document. So use action verbs and strong visuals. Okay, to what? Stop the scroll. You want folks to stop scrolling when they see your post and read what it's about. Okay, so here's a flyer about the Bakehouse Pizza Nights. Here's a flyer. Okay, all the information is there. If you were to look at this on your phone, and some of you may be on your phone, you'll see you probably have to stop, maybe screenshot it, enlarge it, zoom in just to get all the information. There's really not enough contrast between the text. The background is kind of busy, it's kind of information's buried. So they got the information, but it's just not the best flyer, not the best graphics for social media. But what about this one? Same exact information, but it's organized differently, right? Some of those techniques that I just shared have been implemented here, right? It's a catchy headline. There's a contrast between the background and the text, right? The background's dark. The headline is white and it's clear. There's a central image. There's a pizza. It tells you when to join us, right? Information is there. So look at these side by side. Which one would catch your attention, right? Which one would make you stop scrolling? Likely the one on the right. It's just a different approach to design. So keep that in mind. Less is more. Less is more with social media. So QR codes and links. This is my pet peeve as a designer. QR codes and links. QR codes hit the scene and everybody wants to put a QR code on every flyer. But let me tell you something. QR codes are not for every flyer. And you need to use short links. If like this Zoom registration, if this was on a flyer, you don't put the whole entire Zoom dash da 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 da, and it's 85 characters on a flyer. Or even you just don't do that. You don't even use you use QR codes for printed flyers or in-person events, right? When you're sitting at the restaurant now, they may have a little stand there and a QR code to scan the menu. It's right there where you can touch it. You can grab the QR code, put your phone in front of it, and scan it, right? So don't use QR codes in digital only content because they don't get scanned. 80% of folks are looking at social media on their phones, right? So it's just kind of useless to put that there. Don't use long, messy URLs that clutter your design. And I'll show you examples of both of those in a sec. So, but what you can do, you add a call to action button, like you all have seen this, tap the link in bio, right? Or visit our site for more info. And then if you're posting a flyer, it has all the information. In the caption section of your social media post, go ahead and copy and paste any live links that you have so a person can just click, right? Now, Instagram does not allow live links. They only allow live links in paid ads. If it's just an Instagram post, you're not going to be able to paste a live link in your caption at all. But if you're sending it in an email, you have a flyer, paste the live link there, meaning how a person can RSVP or go to your website, paste it there. Paste it in Facebook. Facebook will let you do live links. Okay.
We got
So
about
here.
a minute left, Arnetta.
Okay. All right, here we go. So if this was if you're holding your phone here, if this is your phone and you're scrolling and you come to this flyer, right? And you're looking at this flyer and it says scan now, how can you scan it? You cannot scan that QR code if you're looking at it. So you see how useless this was for this entity to post a QR code and put it on social media because it's nothing you can do with it, right? Nothing. Okay, so keep in mind, images, JPEGs, PNGs, you cannot click them. You can't click links in a PNG or a JPEG. So if you have a long link like an Eventbrite, you need to go to Bitly. Bitly is a site where you can sign up for it and you can create short links, right? So you can take the original long link and you can turn it into a short link. So if you put, instead of that long Eventbrite, you can put in bit.ly.vibe party and people will retype that, but no one's going to retype the top. And then finally, here's the recap. Start with the right size. Your fonts matter. Keep it clean, not cluttered. Use headlines that will hook you. And keep in mind the smart use of QR codes and links. That's it. So thank you so very much. Here's my info. And if anyone wants further information, you want a consultation, I do comms consulting. Be glad to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arnetta and Anna. We appreciate both of you. We've got a few minutes left, 10 minutes or so. Questions. I think Anna had mentioned in the chat to put your question in the chat so we can take them in some kind of organized fashion. So,
Or raise your virtual hand if you didn't put your question in the chat and we can call you accordingly.
I know you guys have questions
Yeah.
or comments.
Amen.
Okay, we'll take comments.
Hi. Thank you for that information. It was a lot that I really enjoyed and find useful. I wanted to share with your QR code where you were showing how you can't use it from a digital aspect, but you actually can. And I just wanted to share that if you do come across and you're looking at it on your phone, you can screenshot that picture, and then it will immediately, you can do a Google site or Google, if you do a Google search of the photo, it will take you to the link from that QR code. So if you do come across that, situation where you see a QR code online, screenshot it, save it as a picture, and do a Google image of the QR code, and it will take you directly to the link. Although what you said is best to not have it as a digital point, just sharing that there is a way to access it. That's
Okay.
all.
Yeah, a lot of workarounds. Yeah, but yeah, QR code, they just weren't designed for that. Yeah, but that's good to know. Definitely good to know. Thank you.
We have Bridget with her hand up. Thank you for sharing. I forgot the person's name. Bridget, are you ready to share?
She put her
Unmute yourself,
question in the
Bridget.
chat.
Unmute
I don't
yourself,
know.
Bridget.
How do you create a reel from a podcast?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Okay.
have to take. Did you want to
How
talk about
you
that?
can
Oh,
take
okay.
the podcast, because I did have a podcast, so I have a lot of content that's on like YouTube, and I think I overheard you said you can take some of the content from the podcast and make a reel. I don't know which. I don't know if it was.
You want to answer, Cynthia?
Oh.
Or
Actually, I'm trying to answer somebody about something.
Okay.
You can go ahead and answer that. I'd appreciate that.
So you just take, so a reel is a video or a still picture, right?
Yeah.
So depending on what type of podcast you're doing, so you just want to take snippets. So you don't want the whole podcast because you want to get them to the YouTube. So you would take a clip of it and you'll put that as a reel, and you can say, hear the entire broadcast on YouTube. You can also do YouTube videos too. But we would have to talk about that offline because that's a whole,
Okay.
that's a whole nother subject to show you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But that's just that's the quick and easy version for the time frame.
Okay.
All right,
I see
awesome.
Tia's hand. Tia, you have a question?
I do. Hey, y'all. A quick question.
Hi.
Hi there, Arnetta. I know you were
Hey.
mentioning like different sizes for things when you upload it to IG or Facebook. So do you have any recommendations? Because you upload to one site and it can go post on all the sites. And so I always have that issue when I'm posting the IG. Sometimes a picture or something will not be the right size for Facebook, but it's like a one time. I don't feel like keep posting. Any workarounds on that, or did you suggest just posting it once, copying, and then posting it again in the other format?
Honestly, you can't lose posting a square image. The square image goes across platforms. They all are
Okay.
friendly with squares. If you can create, if you can remember to create it that size. But most folks are used to creating 8.5 by 11, flyer type images. And that even, that doesn't, it works fine on Facebook, but not so much Instagram. So I would just say a square. A square
Okay.
works for all of them.
And
For all of them. Okay.
And the other thing she can do, if you have a business account, when you go and you schedule your post in the manager, it will have you resize the Instagram post. So that's another workaround. So you can have that size, but it'll help you to resize that post so that it'll fit.
Okay, and it won't cut anything off.
It may cut some, but it's going to resize it for you. That would be a whole nother class. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you both.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dexter. Dexter put the, you can download the social media content, the free, oh, you still doing something, Cynthia? You want to talk about the
Okay,
free
yeah, I'm
social
good.
media
Okay,
content?
so, oh, okay, I see it's in there. In the chat, everyone, it is about 150 or so ideas that you can take inspiration from and conform to your business, your product, your service, and post some great things for either educational posts, inspirational posts, behind the scenes posts. People like stuff like that. Some of the ideas you would say, it has nothing to do with my business, like, what do people think about a certain topic? But it gets people talking and it gets them used to you and it delivers your personality to people. And that's the goal. You want people to get to know you as a person because once they get to know
Right.
you, they're much more comfortable doing business with you. So you want to
Mhm.
post things that give out that kind of deliver your personality. So
Right.
that's the this content sheet. I think it's 3 pages or so. It has
Mhm.
various types of content ideas that you can use to draw out your personality for your social media followers.
Mhm.
All right, good job. Any other questions? Thank you for everybody saying good job, ladies. So awesome presentation. Thank you. We got some thank yous and thank yous. I love how you put your handles, Lorraine.
Thank
Lorraine
you.
McLeod.
Yeah, hi. One of the things that I heard at least 2 of our presenters talk about is being authentic and being able to tell your story. The question that I have is because social media uh, sort of everything seems to be done in like really, really quickly. How do you even go about telling your story when you're limited to, I mean, nobody's going to read paragraphs and paragraphs. So, how do you literally tell your story using
You
social
what
media?
you don't want a paragraph because nobody is reading the sir,
Right.
look, let me tell everybody,
That's my
do
Right.
not write a
question. That is
paragraph.
my
No
question.
one is
Right.
reading it. You want it
No.
short and sweet, so that's how you telling your
Yes.
story. So you can say, Lorraine, I just was out walking my dog, or I just took a walk today. That's good enough most of the time. Or you know what? You taking a selfie. I'm here learning social media, and that's what all of y'all need to do. Let me put this on. When I get done, and I'm gonna put this on gallery mode, we're not gonna spotlight. You take a picture, right? And you could take a selfie and say, I'm over here learning how to sharpen my skills with social media so I can take my business to the next level. Boom, that's it. With your hashtags. So you're telling your story.
And
And then
also,
store,
mhm.
go ahead.
Oh, quickly, real quick, we're not saying tell your whole life story in one post. Those content ideas are little snippets that every day or every time you post, you're revealing a little more of who you are and what you like and what inspires you little by little by little in little bitty chunks. That's the point when we say tell your story. So we're not saying one post put out 2 pages of information. It's just think about ways to be authentic, like Anna was saying, in every post. So people get to know you, who you are. That makes sense?
Hopefully that
Thank
helps you,
you.
Lorraine.
Thank you.
I'm gonna challenge everybody on here while we waiting. And then I'm gonna give it back to Cynthia. I want everybody to put your handle and whoever follows the most people, I'm gonna see. Because this is important. We have, I think you said 30 something, 31 people now. If we follow 31 people, not only are we going to help increase your business, each other's business, but we're going to support each other, right? You have questions. It's about supporting each other. It's not being on the island by yourself no more. It's about supporting you and helping you push and thrive. The more likes, people look at the likes, but people will see what you're doing even though you don't have the likes. But then they're going to say, you know what? I need to call B because she does the jewelry, right? I need to call Arnetta because she does the designs. So I want us to follow each other, okay? All right, Cynthia. I just had to throw that in there.
Thank
I just had
you.
to throw that in there.
That's super important. And everybody should know how to save the chat, right? Save the chat because there's no way you can go through all this in like 30 seconds. So save the chat and go through it tomorrow and start following all of us, each other. And did everybody check the chat for the PDF, the social media content ideas? If for some reason you can't get it or whatever, just contact the three of us or Dexter, and we'll make sure you get that. But if you use those, literally, that's enough content for here to like December 31st. Seriously. So if you follow like 90% of those content tips, you'll be golden in terms of social media. And I'm going to take my own advice and do the same thing. So we should all be that's just a help to you. So you don't have to sit there wondering, okay, what am I going to post? Does this make sense? Is it good? Follow that sheet and for free. Like I said, Meta, if you're on Facebook, which also does Instagram, they have that business suite, free tutorials. So everything that we're saying, I know it went by really quickly. You can read it and it'll tell you step by step, do this, do this, do this, do that. Okay.
Awesome. We have two
You got
questions
two
and then we're
questions.
going to end Ardina and then Jordan, but it was something I seen in the chat. Oh, someone asked how to save the chat. So you go where it says social media webinar and click the three dots, and you will see once you click the three dots, it'll say save chat at the top. Click that to save the chat. So right before we end, save the chat in case someone else put anything else in the chat. Okay, Ardina.
You know what that?
Yeah, I said Ardina. I didn't say Arnetta. Okay.
First of all, excuse me, great. I learned something from each one of you all. I'm a graphic designer and I'm telling you, I still learn stuff all the time. But one of my questions was going to be about saving the chat because I used to be able to do that. And then now I don't have the little icon. So I don't know, maybe someone can show
They
me.
moved it to the top. It used to be at the bottom. Now it's at the top of the chat. Yeah.
Where the title says social
there's
media
three little
webinar.
dots.
Yeah, those three
Lord
little dots.
Jesus, hallelujah. Thank you. It was something simple. I'm just like, what happened? What happened? Okay. But I just want to say great job. Great job. And I need some help. I don't know which one, but I do need some help with all that, mostly the hashtags and the at, the at before your name.
Oh, okay. Will you follow up with us? I'll follow up with you.
Okay.
I need to follow up with you anyway, so.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, ladies. Great job.
Dexter,
Bridget has her hand up.
Oh, somebody else.
Oh, I was gonna say the same thing. Go to the little dots. I saw it. As soon as somebody asked, I was like, let me figure it out. So I was gonna say the same thing. Go 3 dots, click on and save it. But you said it, so that was
Okay,
it.
thank you, Bridget. All right.
Can you repeat that? I'm looking for the 3 dots.
So go all the way to the chat where it says social media webinar, and there's 3 dots in that little corner.
Okay, social media.
The title of the chat.
Where the chat is, way at the top.
It's at the top of the, okay.
Yeah, the 3 little dots, you click on it.
I only see one I and an X.
You should see, you got to go right by the where it says social media webinar, right where the chat is,
all the
right
way
above
up
the
to the
title.
beginning of the chat.
Okay.
All the way up to the first. That way it's easier to see. And above, before everybody starts typing, it says social media webinar. And on the right, 3 dots.
In the chat section, is it in the chat section?
It is in the chat, but it's the title of the chat.
Okay, maybe I need to scroll. Okay, I'll scroll.
If not, we're all saving it. So you
Okay.
can contact one of us and we can
definitely
get it from us.
Okay, great.
Dexter, did you have any final words?
Awesome job. Great job. Thank all of y'all for joining tonight. God bless and have a great evening. Thank you.
Okay, before we
Good
end,
night.
we're going to go to gallery mode. I want everyone to take a picture before you leave, and you're going to let everybody know that you was on today to build your business, okay? Let's take us off of, thank you, whoever's helping me.
Yeah.
Moving spotlights. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay.
All right.
Let's put it back to gallery. Take your phones out. Get your phones out. I'm already starting to follow some of you. Do yourself, do your picture. All right, everybody got their picture?
Yep.
Cheese. All right, thank you, everyone. Cynthia, final words?
Thank you. And we'll see you chamber members tomorrow. If you're not a member of the chamber, please contact Dexter about how to join.
Yes, be a part of the chamber. This is the benefit. So you want to join LA South Chamber, join today. LASouthChamber.com.
Yes.
All right. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.